Musical talent. The musical talent was equal to the sporting talent. Most of the camps on the coal branch had brass bands, orchestras, and concert performers. Cattleman went a step further. In the early 30s, Mr. McMillan, the mine manager, had a symphony orchestra, which he asserted could compete with any in North America. I asked Mom how anyone could afford concert tickets, and was informed that when concerts were scheduled, tickets would be attached to workers' paychecks. There was many dance bands during my time there. One was Ferguson's, and another was Walter Keene's, but it was Jerry Hurst and the Melody Makers I remember the most. After Jerry left Cattleman, my brother, Bill Owen, continued on with an orchestra made up of Mary Jess on accordion, Barbara Gerlitz on piano, Frank Sinal on saxophone, Victor Serbrook on drums, and me on trumpet with Bill. When the cadets were formed, we were a bugle band. We also had a large school orchestra, which was doing quite well. While playing in the dance band, I had a different experience. One of the Hedberg boys who lived at KD past Lusgar was a friend of mine. He asked if Bill and I would consider playing in a dance for them. They had a band but needed 2 trumpets. Bill wasn't sure about the idea, but I agreed to go. We arrived at the hall the night of the dance. What a hall! It was large and made of logs, like a pine pole lodge. The floor was laid with 2x8 planks. There were cross beams of logs with gas lamps hanging with them, the type you keep pumped up. You could tell the hall hadn't been used for a long, long time. There were a lot of people gathered for the dance, but the other musicians were nowhere to be found. We waited a bit longer, but the crowd was getting impatient, so Bill decided we should play a few tunes till the rest of the band arrived. What a shock! Our first tune was You Can't Break My Heart, It's Been Broken Before. The crowd hit the dance floor, and the dust from the floorboards lifted. From the stage, you could hardly see the back of the wall. It was worse than the dust down in the mine. We played a few more selections, but still no band. Vic Serbrook came up and played drums for a while. No matter what piece we played, they always wanted to come back to You Can't Break My Heart. I didn't know you could play a song so many different ways. Halfway through, we stopped for a break and, like everyone else, dampened the dust down with a snort of rye. It was hilarious. All the ladies' different shades of lipstick were turned to a medium brown. My new camel hair sports coat had a layer of dust on it. Some people's faces, including my own, could have used some soap and water. The other musicians never did show up. With many apologies, we were paid the full amount for our night's adventure, and we did get home before sunup. All sports, as well as musical activities, were carried on after a hard day's work in the coal mine. The different communities would produce concerts of excellent quality. I remember Dick and May Davis from Lusgar. 2 songs she used to sing were The Lord Will Protect an Honest Girl and I Got a Sliver in the Woodshed. Another singer from Lusgar was Eddie Reese, who had the most beautiful voice. In the Cattleman concerts, Mrs. Chadwick and her big-brimmed hats stand out in memory. Broadway Melody was her song, and she could really belt it out. It was good, but she sang the same song in all of the concerts I attended. Her son, Bill, had a very good voice also, and would also at times sing in the Anglican church. Buddy Kilbride was another lad who had a lovely voice. The school put on some good concerts and drama festivals. There were also some talent night shows that were very entertaining. And we mustn't forget Kay Hansen. She had been a professional stage dancer. She was a relative of the Davis family, and when she came to town, she started dance lessons. Seems half the town took dance lessons. At the end of the year, they put on a big concert. Bill Owen played the trumpet to accompany the dancers.